Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
It's time for Danny Bonaduce, life coach. Here's the phone number to give us a call, 1-800-252-1025. Here's an email address, and I believe we'll be starting off with an email this morning, lifecoach@KZOK.com. Life Coach, brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.
Remember when you call or email that you can change your name if you need to. So don't worry about, not being able to lie about your name. Danny is here to help you, so make the call. We've got an email from Meg in Black Diamond. We have a 14-year-old son who has struggled all of his life with language-based developmental delays. He reads and writes well, but has a bad stutter. We have been homeschooling our son, but finances dictate we have to go back to work, so he now has to go to public school. What advice can we give him to deal with the inevitable bullying while he continues his speech therapy for the stutter?
You know, I'd love to say that there's something beneficial about being bullied. It builds character. But, today's bullies are so different than the bullies when I was a kid. There was a kid, I forget his name when I went to school, and I only went to school till the 5th or 6th grade in regular school. But there was a kid, I think his name was Daniel, that, unless you were in his circle, you avoided and stuff like that. But that was it. I mean, the teachers and faculty allowed Daniel to be the way he was because it was part of growing up. Today, with social media and stuff, I think you're just going to have to tell your son, honestly, what he's in store. But don't sell too hard, because I think parents and adults sometimes oversell. He's going to run into, hey, Bobby, or something like that for sure. But don't go too far and put on a play of the production that your son might write into. Maybe he's going to luck out and not. Maybe the teachers will have some control. But I'll tell you this, I got a tip for you. But if you're taking him, it sounds like you're on the cutting edge of what to do. I've mentioned this before on the show. Man, who would have known that botulism is just so handy? Right now, there's a couple of things, not just Botox. It's not just for wrinkles anymore. It's for Tourette's syndrome. It's like one of the number one, if not cures, treatments. And there's a whole big study going on right now for a stutter. So you might want to talk to your doctor. And if your doctor doesn't know, and I don't want to say I know more than your doctor, I just watch a lot of TV. And I have to answer your questions, and it's an honor for me to answer your questions. So I keep up on stuff. Right now, there's some real hope for a severe stutter that Botox might be the answer, and a little bit more. There's a good chance he'll grow out of it. There's a lot of I've known stutterers who didn't have a stutter the last time I saw him, and there's a lot of people, and you're going to dig this, and you might want to show these to your kid. There are people who are pretty famous, and they're stutterers, and you just don't know it. There was a huge TV show named MASH. Paul, did you ever watch MASH?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch it live, but in reruns.
Do you know the priest, the camp priest, Father Mulcahy?
Yeah.
You remember him?
Right.
Total stutterer.
Yeah.
Except when he was acting.
Huh.
Except when he was that character. He didn't stutter then. Mel Tillis, a famous country singer, never stuttered when he was singing, only after. So there's a lot of things that can be done for a stutter. 1, work around it. 2, outgrow it. 3, look at Botox as an answer to that. Talk to your doctor and talk to a specialist. Good luck on that. Bonaduce know all the angles on this one.
If you've got a question for the life coach, he can help you. Make the call right now to 800-252-1025. Anything you're going through, let the Dooch man help you figure it out. We've got an email from Susie in Seattle who writes to the life coach, I am turning 60 this month. I am happily single. I work 2 jobs, and I take care of my elderly mother. But every relationship I have, it hurt me. Love has not been good to me. I've had too many men like Danny used to be.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm lonely, and I tried dating sites and hated it. What else should I do, or should I just give up?
No, don't give up. There was a time in my life, and this is about you, not about me, but I'll tell you how I felt, that I'd have thought of 60 as pretty old. Yeah, give up. Now I'm looking at 55 years old. 60's around the corner, man. I'm not old. I don't think of myself as old. And believe me, I'm not hanging on to youth and going, I'm not old. The second I think I can say I'm old and get away with it, and people bring me stuff, I'm old. But 60 today is not your day to back off. I'm saddened to hear you did not like the dating service, because that would have been the number one thing I'd have recommended, the site called Our Time. I don't know if you did that or not. It's for people, I think, over 50 years old. So I love those. But if you're out, then here's the answer. And luckily, I would never say this. If this was 20 years ago, I would never say, wait. I'd say you're 60. You don't have time to wait. Now, you've got, I think the scales, you got 24 years to still wait. So don't wait. There's a neat thing I saw. I should have written this down. I think about being a life coach all the time. There's a dating site that isn't a site. They set up bike rides and horseback riding and jumping out of planes, an activity-based thing, and it's a whole group of you. That's my recommendation. Try the ones that go out in groups and do activities like, go whale watching, and it's like 20 people or more. Unfortunately, I did not make reference to it. I didn't write it down when I saw it. I will the next time.
There's a local one here called Events and Adventures.
That's the one, my friend. What's it called?
Events and Adventures.
We should have that for the life coach from now on, because it looks like a great one when I saw it.
Yeah, it does.
So, try Events and Adventures. And like I said, 60, you're young. Hang on. But don't be, don't just wait. Go out and actually look. This guy's out there. You know that he is. You could even be sad, but you still don't. Well, he's out there somewhere. Go look for him. That's my recommendation to you. And go to Events and Adventures.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That sounds fun. Can people who are in relationships go?
Yeah, I think it's singles only, but sometimes I hear their ads or see their ads and I think, wow, that does sound fun.
I left the house, so technically we did break up. And then I'll be back later around dinner.
Right. 800-252-1025. Make the call now if you've got a problem. Let Danny help you. Rich in Bremerton, you're on with the Life Coach.
Hey, Rich, how are you?
Hey, you talking to me?
I am talking to you, Rich.
Okay, Dan. Hey, I'm just asking, how do you get your kid into rehab? It's available to him. It won't affect his job. He can go in and stay as long as he needs to stay. Continue to get paid. Everything there's no hitch to keep him from going. He knows he needs to go, but he ain't going.
All right, how old?
26.
26 years old. When you say the kid, I'm thinking a youngster. A 26-year-old. Does he have options? What's he addicted to?
I don't really know. It's some kind of offshoot from weed, really.
It's an offshoot from weed. Is it pills?
Yeah.
Does he snort it? Does he smoke it? Does he shoot it?
He smokes it. It's like a resin type of thing.
Huh. That's a new one on. No, it's not, because every time you're out of pot, you clean your pipe and smoke the resin. You know what? All the things you said about rehab are pretty much accurate information. If he goes to his boss, and I've seen this, as a matter of fact, I've been this. You go to your boss and say, I have a problem. First of all, they can't fire you. But I've never even had that come up. Everybody I've worked for, and this is a pretty dicey business that we're in. It's not manned by the sweetest men in the world. But you go to them and say, I have a real problem. They never even talked about firing me. And they wouldn't talk about firing your son either. I think the way to get him into rehab is to be honest with him. And any benefits he gets from you, slowly wean him off of that as if they were drugs. I don't know what they are, because I had in my mind he was younger than this, but PlayStations and phones and the internet and things like that, there's just no benefit to being him anymore and being addicted. All good things come with sobriety. And that's a chant they'll give him if you do get this guy into rehab, and God bless, I hope you do. But just remember in your head, all good things come with sobriety. That whatever is good about being him and is given to him from you, you got to stop that stuff. Think of it this way, he's turning his iPhone into drugs. If you pay for it, he's turning his iPhone into drugs and alcohol and bad things. So you just got to stop giving this kid bonuses till you get him into rehab. And I'll tell you, you know what? They have a low success rate, but everybody I know that went to rehab eventually got clean and sober.
How did they get you, at the times you went, how did they get you to agree to go?
The very first time, I demanded it. No, not the very first time. A job said they'll fire me in Philadelphia. But then in Los Angeles, living there, I said, you know what? I got that show, The Other Half, with me and Mario Lopez and not Dick Van Dyke, Dick Clark. And I'm just sitting in my own house talking to my wife at the time. I said, I am not prepared to do that show. I'm not in condition to do that show. So I just checked myself into rehab. I got out and went to the taping of that show.
Wow.
Sometimes you just know when you need it.
And then I guess the challenge is convincing someone who doesn't know.
That's very astute. Convincing someone, because a lot of people don't know they need it. Don't think, I'm fine. I haven't been fired. I haven't been arrested. I'm fine. And what I was telling Rich is, anything that kid's not paying for by himself, other people have to stop paying for. And if he's spending a lot of money on drugs, which everybody who's on drugs is, they can't afford the better things in life.
800-252-1025, that's the number to get through to the life coach. He will help you. If it's substance abuse, if it's work, if it's relationships, Danny's been through it all, and he can help you. We've got one more email to get to here. This is from James in Puyallup. My girlfriend and her 2 teenage daughters moved in with me 2.5 years ago.
Yikes.
The older daughter has anxiety issues to the point where she rarely leaves her room. The situation has become so stressful that I asked my girlfriend to move out. But since then, her life has spiraled downward. She lost her job. She's now estranged from both her daughters. She lost where she was living and is now begging me to let her come back. Should I try again or move on to find someone with less baggage? Well, am I just being selfish?
You know what? You're not being that selfish. My answer is not to say dump this lady. Let their life. You know, she's going to say she's spinning out of control. She's not on drugs. She's not breaking the law. She's not sleeping with strange men in bars, whatever bad stuff she could be happening to her. I say I'm going to give you two answers. One is up to you. Let her back in. The kids are done now. They're, the kids caused you the big problem. They caused her to move out. When you have to ask somebody to move out, that's more drama than you need. Don't just let in the good daughter. They got to face up to being adults now. And it's now you and she. Having said that, if you can live without her, do. You're right. She does have a bunch of baggage. And here's what I have always said on Life Coach. Follow your heart. If this is the one, if she's the one, and I can't even understand life without her, then you got to go get her, man. But should I let her go? If you can, I think you should. There's another girl out there. And you know what? Everybody's got a little baggage. Lord knows I do. Go find the one that's right for you. And if she's just perfect, then deal with her baggage. But this one, that's not her. That's not the one.
It's also not nice if she doesn't have anywhere to live and you like the person, right?
Yeah, it's not his job, really. I say invite her back. It's all about him right now. He asked me, how can I do with this? If you can tolerate her, then bring her back for a while. I just don't think you said, should I move on? And the answer is yes, you should. This is not the girl for you. All right, that's all the time we have for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach this morning. Life Coach, brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.